12 animal hybrids you won't believe actually exist. What's up guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. You might have probably heard about the most common animal hybrid between a female horse and a male donkey called a mule. But think about this one. Did you know there are more of these mixed animals? Though this kind of species and breeds crossing does not usually appear in nature, with the intervention of humans, we now have zonkeys, ligers, and Savannah cats. Whoa! That's insane! These offsprings are typically infertile, with some exemptions such as the coywolf, not to be confused with a wolf that is a coy. That's a mix of a coyote and a wolf and can further reproduce. Though the internet is full of photoshopped images of strange creatures, this list is full of absolutely real and amazing animals. What does the future hold with advances in genetic engineering and cloning? Only time will tell. It's time to grab a cup of coffee and be entertained by the 12 animal hybrids you won't believe actually exist. 12. Liger. One of the most well-known hybrid animals is the liger. It's a crossbreed between a male lion and a female tiger. They have beautiful white stripe patterns on their fur that gradually fade away in different patches. The liger weighs approximately 400 kilograms, which makes it the largest hybrid animal from the Felidae. Ligers only exist in captivity, so the environment of the parental species does not overlap. Although there are rumors of wild ligers, as far as we know, they exist only in captivity where they are deliberately bred. They grow to be very large very quickly and are the biggest cats in the world. Ligers were quite common in days of old, when Asiatic lions were more prolific and their territories crossed with the tigers of northern India. Although different species, both come from the same genus, ligers also grow larger than their parent species. They also enjoy swimming, which lions try to avoid, but tigers love. 11. Tigon. Just like the liger, the tigon is quite similar in its crossbreeding. Both hybrids have the same parents from different genders. A tigon is a hybrid cross between a female lion and a male tiger, with the resulting creature able to have spots as well as stripes on its coat. Tigons can only exist in captivity and are known to be sterile. Surprisingly, in 1943, a female tigon was able to mate with a male lion in the Munich Hellebrunn Zoo, and their little cubs were successfully raised to adulthood. How far can you go? Did you know that ligers and tigons also reproduce? We'll leave it up to you to figure out what their offsprings are called. This beast is so rare though that in 2015 a tiger named Maude that died 6 decades earlier was put on display at the UK's Manchester Museum. 10. Jaglion. Jaglions and ligers are hybrid animals, meaning that their parents were two animals of different species. In the case of jaglions and ligers, the parents have to be a jaguar and a lion, and the name jaglion or liger depending on which parent was what gender. As far as is known, there are only 2 jaglions in existence. The twins Jazara and Tsunami are living in Bear Creek Sanctuary in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. They were born unexpectedly. Jaglions have the color of lions with the jaguar-like rosettes and the physical form of a jaguar. Jaglions are able to inherit melanistic, all-black fur traits from their parents, however, which is how Jazara became all-black colored instead of being like her brother. They are rare because most of the hybrids do not exist long in the wild as males are usually infertile. These names of the hybrid species vary depending upon the type of crossbreed among the 4 species. 9. Leopon. The leopon's appearance resembles a mythological creature that we've all fallen in love with, the Ammit. A leopon is a very rare crossbreed between a lioness and a male leopard. Its head resembles a lion, while its body is almost identical to a leopard. The first leopon was produced in captivity in 1910 in India, but unfortunately didn't survive for long. Now there are only 100 leopons left in the world, and they are all in captivity since they were born through somatic hybridization. One of the interesting facts about leopons is that, unlike lions, they're good climbers. They also enjoy water, which often distresses their lioness mothers. Leopons are big animals nearly the size of a lion, with stout bodies, but their legs are shorter, like a leopard's. They have brown spots, paler than the lion's black spots, and tough tails, like a lion. The base color is pale reddish yellow. Mature males have sparse manes about 8 inches or 20 centimeters long. 8. Wolfen. Killer whales actually come from the same family as dolphins. But despite this, they are extremely rare. Only one wolfen exists in captivity. If you haven't guessed by its name, a wolfen is a rare crossbreed between a male horse killer whale and a female bottlenose dolphin. These creatures have been reported to exist in the wild since they can breed naturally, and only one of them is now in captivity in the Sea Life Park in Hawaii. It was born in May of 1985 and was able to reproduce and have 3 more little wolfens in 2004. 7. Growler bear. Is the changing ecosystem leading to novel animal crosses? That's a theory about the grizzly bear or growler bear, which is a hybrid of a grizzly and a polar bear. Indeed, some believe that global warming is compelling species such as these into sharing terrain and creating new hybrids. Most growler bears live in zoos, although there have been a few confirmed sightings in the wild. These cute fluffy creatures that resemble large stuffed animals are the offspring of a grizzly bear and a polar bear. Even though they are a rare ursid hybrid, they mostly occur in the wild rather than in captivity. Interestingly, even though these species belong to the same territories, they avoid each other in the wild. 6. Savannah cat. Savannah cats are popular hybrids involving several, which is an African wildcat and a domesticated cat. This creature's long-limbed body is bigger than that of a typical house cat, and it is supposedly something of a dog lover's answer to a cat. Indeed, it apparently likes playing fetch and going walkies. The Savannah cat's personality is playful, adventurous, and loyal. Unlike most cats, she loves to play in water and can even be trained to walk on a leash and play fetch. Don't be fooled by her dog-like personality though. Savannah cats have strong hunting instincts, so they aren't always suitable for households with pets like fish, hamsters, and birds. Her temperament is mild though, so she's a great companion for other cats and dogs, children, and other humans in her home with proper socialization as a kitten. 5. Coywolf. In evolutionary terms, coyotes and eastern wolves diverged from the same path quite recently, a mere 1,500 to 3,000 years ago. Producing offspring is hence relatively easy, and with the species sharing many behavioral characteristics, coy wolves are at home running with either pack. Coy wolves, since that's what we've decided to call them, seem to thrive in cities and suburbs just like genetically straightforward Canis latrans, but they look a bit different from most coyotes and display some behavioral and physiological differences. They have a reputation for being a bit bold, can be more cooperative with each other, and are stronger and larger bodied and reach sexual maturity later. But despite being a hybrid, coy wolves give birth to viable offspring. Why then aren't coy wolves sterile like mules? It turns out this whole species thing isn't as black and white as we've always believed, because all dog species all have 76 chromosomes, and coyotes and wolves only diverged from one another within the past 100 years or so. They are in the process of evolving away from each other and can therefore still produce viable young. And yet, when we look at a coy wolf's genome, we can tease out what percentage is coyote and wolf and domestic dog. They're different, and yet not that different. 4. Buffalo. A buffalo, which is also referred to as the American hybrid, is in fact a successful fertile offspring of an American buffalo and domestic cattle. It was scientifically created to combine characteristics from both species for the beef production industry. Also called cattle, they've been around since 18,000s and are hardier than cattle and do less ecological damage when grazing. Unfortunately, as a result of the breeding, it's believed that only 4 wild buffalo herds exist that aren't contaminated by cow genes. The reasons for raising buffalo center on their handling like domestic cattle while retaining bison traits. Early documentation showed that buffaloes could be finished and marketed at up to 40% less cost than a conventional beef animal. Currently, buffalo are experiencing a renewed interest due to consumer demand for humane-raised, all-natural, hormone-free, and antibiotic-free beef. Buffalo beef is documented to be lower in fat, bad cholesterol with higher protein than conventional beef. Known for its delicious flavor, buffalo has won taste tests over regular beef as well as bison. Most buffalo are marketed directly to consumers at the local level. 3. Zors. Each of these weird-looking zebra/horse hybrids seemingly has its own unique design, with classic zebra stripes appearing on various parts of its body. Impressively, the Zors is also reported to shine at trail riding, jumping, and driving, and it is thought to be at least twice as powerful as a regular horse. They first appeared during the 19th century when they were bred through somatic hybridization by Charles Darwin. They exist to this day, but very rarely due to the fact that they are infertile or sterile. Zorse was used for transportation of heavy loads over the mountains and for riding until the beginning of the 20th century, when it was replaced with cars. Popularity of Zorse revived during the 1990s. Nearly all of 300 known breeds of horses are used for the production of Zorses today. These large hybrids are mostly used as working and trekking animals, for riding or as a tourist attraction in the animal parks around the world. 2. Geep. This little ball of cuteness is a geep, otherwise known as a shoat, which is a rare crossbreed between a sheep and a goat. Even though these two have a lot of similarities in their making, they are two different species, and once they breed, their offspring are usually stillborn. There were only 2 cases worldwide in which a live offspring was born, but they were sterile due to the intermediate number of chromosomes they had. In 2014, a geep, a goat-sheep mix, was born on an Irish farm, much to the shock of the farmer. There was no human intervention necessary in its creation, and the farmer reported that this geep was fast, agile, and very hard to catch. 1. Coy dog. Strong-minded dog lovers may have a new option in the coy dog, a crossbreed between a wild coyote and a domesticated dog. These guys are tough to control, tend to bite when afraid, and are not considered to be suitable for the faint of heart. What they need in an owner is a pack leader. Are you up for it? Generally speaking, the coy dog isn't considered to be as reliable as dogs. For example, they tend to be less manageable when they are still pups when compared to dog puppies. Likewise, they are not as trustworthy when they are full-grown adults, which is why people who interact with coy dogs need to have a good grasp of their psychology as well as be prepared to make use of that knowledge. That's all for this time. If you enjoy watching our videos, just like, subscribe, and get notified on this channel so you won't miss out for the latest videos.